So now, ladies and gentlemen, live and in colour, it's Mr. Wayne Lovejuice.
The other day I produced a Louis, had a chat with an interesting chappie who said that the YouTube algorithms really aren't that happy. If a channel only broadcasts once a week, so we decided we could text ya whenever we've got a piece of news in our new book on the track Xtra. Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday afternoon, tea time in fact, and welcome to another episode of On the Track Extra. My name is John Downs, I'm the director of an organisation called the Centre for Fortean Zoology, and every Saturday afternoon we bring you a half-hour miscellany of hard science, weird shit and surreality. If you don't know what surreality is, well, I have been trying to tell you all, and it means you have not been paying attention. Will I tell you? I am not sure. We'll have to wait and see. However, every Wednesday tea time we bring you a shorter show in a vain attempt to try to fool the YouTube algorithms that we're more important than we are, because we put out 2 shows a week instead of 1. Enjoy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are again, and as I told you some time ago, Mick Holland, who's one of the great friends of On the Track and always watches the show, and 9 times out of 10 turns up in the live chat during the premiere so we can all talk nonsense together, and whose favourite episode ever was the one which had Archie jumping on Richard's nipple, which he thought was remarkably funny, and I'm quite saddened myself to see how somebody could take such pleasure from another human being's pain and humiliation. Oh dear, yes, V, are you sniggering again? Yes, V, come on. Say hello to the boys and girls.
Hello to the boys and girls.
Are you sniggering again?
Yes, I can't help it, I'm sorry.
Well, I've got some really bad news for you for trying not to snigger, because Mick Holland asked us if we could do some more book reviews, and in a few seconds we're going to show you another book review from me and Richard. And you seem to find anything Richard says so excruciatingly funny that you start making weird wheezing noises down the phone at me.
Oh, well, he's being incorrigible.
Are you incorrigible, Richard? Richard's actually paying no attention. So, without further ado, let's go over so we've got both of us. Richard, what book are we going to be looking at today?
The Lost Ark by our old friend Dr. Karl Shuker.
That was actually the... Yes, say hurrah again.
Sorry, carry on.
Thank you, V. That was actually, Richard, I don't know if you know, the first book on Fortean subjects that I ever professionally reviewed.
No, did not know. It's my favourite of Karl's books. It always has been, and I prefer this original one to the reprint. I don't think that one was nearly as good. The original was a much better production, and it had a much better title. The Lost Ark is much better title than the New Zoo. Well, anyway, it's about new and rediscovered animals of the 20th century. The animals that were discovered in the 20th century, and everybody knows about mountain gorillas and carpes and Komodo dragons, but there's loads of other things like the long-whiskered owl of Peru. You can see it there. The long-whiskered owl of Peru.
Good Lord.
Wonderful creature. And the Pacarana, large rodent, all sorts of creatures that the man in the street simply wouldn't know about. And it's not just vertebrates, there are invertebrates as well, like the king bee, the world's largest bee from Sulawesi. And all of these creatures have been discovered relatively recently, and it's a hefty book, and it just goes to show what's out there and what else might be, lurking in the furthest reaches of the world waiting to be discovered. But there's chapters on mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fish and invertebrates.
And the frightening and saddening thing is that quite a few of these animals may well be, and in some cases we know that they are, extinct, which is such a sad thing, because...
Got the Irumoti cat there, fantastic.
Oh, show me
The Irumoti cat lives on a tiny island called Irumoti in Japan. That was I think it was 1969 that was discovered.
65.
But there are stories of a much larger cat living on the same island that's still undiscovered. But yeah, as you were saying, some things have been only discovered after they became extinct, like the sea mink. Everyone's heard of the sea otter, but there was a sea mink as well that lived on the western coast of the USA and Canada, by the coast, and it was larger than the ordinary mink. Totally wiped out by hunting for its fur, and it was only identified as a separate species through museum specimens.
That is a horribly apt way to actually end this review, because, like all of the people who think like us have been saying for decades, we are destroying the planet, we are destroying the animals in it, and it would be such a horrible, horrible shame if this remarkable book, and I've loved this book for years, it's one of my favourites of Karl's, and it'd be such a shame if that book, instead of being a guidebook to what is out there, would be their tombstone.